The following is my opinion and not intended to represent nor presented as the opinions of the members of this community. This article contains a controversial word once associated with gender-specific mental illness. The word is included in this post as it is still used in today's diagnostic manuals. Given the misogynistic history of the word hysteria, hysteria, as a clinical diagnosis was replaced with conversion disorder. It is still used, however, in diagnosing mass hysteria. The Salem witch trials, War of the Worlds, Meowing nuns, the Satanic panic, the clown crisis. How do these actual, historical events have any relevance to Delphi? More relevance than you may think, actually. The Salem witch trials were a series of hearings and prosecutions of people accused of witchcraft in colonial Massachusetts between February 1692 and May 1693. More than 200 people were accused. Anyone who could be accused was pretty much accused. Sound familiar? The Delphi Industrial Complex. Over the past few weeks, the Delphi Industrial Complex has been rife with accusations against the mentally ill and the dead. Even once respected YouTubers have fallen to the dark side of patternicity, promoting filtered images purporting to show a once unseen individual. The anger, hostility, and baseless accusations are spreading like, well, an epidemic. Mass hysteria. Mass hysteria is a phenomenon that transmits collective illusions of threats, whether real or imaginary, through a population and society as a result of rumors and fear. In medicine, the term is used to describe the spontaneous manifestation of the same or similar hysterical physical symptoms by more than one person. One could assume that mass hysteria is rare, and one would be correct in that assumption. However, it occurs more often than one might think. Visit the DelphiDocs X-Tros wiki for a mass hysteria matrix. Folie à deux. Even more concerning than the Delphi mass hysteria epidemic are those individuals who are evangelical promoters of their poi. These fringe theorists somehow happen to get a small group of supporters to spread their message. Like a cult. These theorists suffer from folie à deux. And GT, folie à deux, literally, madness shared by two. Recent psychiatric classifications refer to the syndrome as shared psychotic disorder and induced delusional disorder, although the research literature largely uses the original name. This disorder is not in the current DSM, so psychiatrists use delusional disorder as the diagnosis. Signs and symptoms. Various sub-classifications of folie à deux have been proposed to describe how the delusional belief comes to be held by more than one person. Folie imposée. Where a dominant person initially forms a delusional belief during a psychotic episode and imposes it on another person or persons, the secondary acceptor, or associate, with the assumption that the secondary person might not have become deluded if left to his or her own devices. If the parties are admitted to hospital separately, then the delusions in the person with the induced beliefs usually resolve without the need of medication. Sound familiar? Self-care. Let's make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. The dark material we are absorbing ourselves with daily could have physical symptoms. The girls in the mass hysteria event of Leroy Tourette's were also diagnosed with conversion disorder. Stress, anxiety, trauma, and negative thoughts will sometimes convert into unpleasant physical symptoms. Conversion disorder. Conversion disorder, or functional neurologic symptom disorder, is a diagnostic category used in some psychiatric classification systems. It is sometimes applied to patients who present with neurological symptoms, such as numbness, blindness, paralysis, or fits, which are not consistent with a well-established organic cause, which cause significant distress, and can be traced back to a psychological trigger. It is thought that these symptoms arise in response to stressful situations affecting a patient's mental health. In closing, We have all seen these types of issues present themselves through various posters and YouTubers. In no way am I calling out any one person, personality or theorist. Nor am I claiming anyone to be mentally ill. I am simply trying to find an explanation for recent behavior. A very valuable member and professional resource for DelphiDocs was forced to leave our community after a carefully coordinated effort to dox her because she was standing up for what is right. Most recently, another valuable and professional resource for this sub, CD True Crime, has come under unfair attacks because he, like Chickpea Salad, Yellowjacket, XTYNC. Dicker and the members of this sub attempt to only speak the truth. CD True Crime needs no defense, but I have personally verified his documents and, yes, he is a retired police officer and his critics are speaking out with no merit. Join us on Reddit at DelphiDocs.